friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead. Today, Papa's out dispatching and skinning our last 4 rabbits. And we have these 2 partridge breasts that he hunted last week. So, what I have here, we're going to can them today. We're going to can the partridge and the rabbit. And what I have here is a nice piece of fat pork or salt pork from when we did our bacon. I was saving this for when we made our baked beans. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a piece in each jar for flavor. Just kind of like you would with pork and beans. Alright, we'll be back when the rabbits are in here and I'm cutting them up to go in the jars. My jars have been washed with baking soda and water, and then they get rinsed and put in the oven at 200 degrees for a minimum of 15 minutes. Alright, we'll be back in a bit. Alrighty, we're on the last rabbit here, and what I'm doing is I'm partsing them up. I'm taking the legs off and the shoulders. I'm taking this section of the back out, and this section of the rib cage I'm just throwing in the crock pot for broth. So all I do for starters is this. And we just take these right off. I always give them a secondary rinse too after I've parts them up. The rest of my rabbit parts are in a bowl of ice over on the counter waiting to go into jars. Now, we had 8 rabbits, but while we were in Egypt, I believe it was my neighbor's dog, got at the cages, the outdoor cages, and knocked them over, and 3 of them got away and 1 got caught. Legs, and 1 of them got caught. So either we're going to have some rabbits running around wild and breeding with locals, which would be alrighty, there's our bowl of rabbit parts, and here's my bags of partridge. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to can them in the pressure canner. We do that is we take a clean jar. Now this doesn't require water. What I've gone ahead and done is these legs won't all fit in the jar. So what I've done is I've just made a nick at the joint, and it'll fit right down in there. And then we'll just take some smaller parts and we just take a little cut, and I'm just going to pop a piece of bacon in on top and see if that'll go in there any deeper. And that is that. Now you want them, these are bone-in rabbit, so we're going to put a teaspoon of salt on there. We'll wipe our rims. We do not add liquid to raw meat. Wipe our rims, put a jar or lid on there, and in the canner it goes. Now I'm going to be pressure canning these because they're quartz at 75 minutes at 10 pounds pressure. If you live above 1,000 feet above sea level, pressure can them at 15 pounds pressure. If these had no bones, if this was boneless meat, we would do it for 90 minutes, but because it's bone in, we only do it for 75. And in the canner, that goes. Now I'll be back when I have more in the canner. All right, here's our 7 quarts in the pressure canner. There we go. Now we're going to let this vent a steady stream of steam once it builds up pressure for 10 minutes. Okay, we've been venting a steady stream of steam for 10 minutes. So we're going to put the 10-pound weight on. And when this begins to jiggle, we will start our timing for 75 minutes, which is 1 hour, 15 minutes. And we will gently turn down the temperature just a little bit so that it's a gentle rocking motion. There's the gentle rocking motion I was telling you about. Now we are going to process this for 75 minutes, and then we're going to can the rest. Well, there it is, kids. 10 jars of rabbit flavored with a piece of bacon, and 1 jar of partridge with rabbit because there wasn't enough meat to fill the jar, so I added some rabbit. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, rabbit is a good small livestock for urban homesteaders. Have a great day. Bye-bye.